You can now use AI to take your astrophotography images and turn them into videos. This can be a great way of getting more from the work you've already done. It can also be great for platforms like Instagram, where videos and reels are much favored, and you can use it on other short form video platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all to increase your presence and discoverability. I'm going to go through two different methods of doing this, each with their pros and cons. There's also a PDF you can download that has all the links and the step-by-step instructions, as well as guidelines on prompts you want to use. The first way I'm going to show you how to do this is with a platform called Vidget. So you go to vidget.com. It's a subscription-based platform, but with a free tier, so you can play around with it for free and stuff. So go to try Vidget and then set up your account. The limitations of the free tier are in the length of time you can create video clips, the resolution and watermarks on the images. But create your account. Then this is the home page. We want to go to image to video. And then there's two things we want to do here. You want to upload the image that you want to use, and then you want to draw prompts to describe what you want it to do. I'll talk a little bit about good prompting, and there's more in the PDF you can download, but you want to cover 4 things: the movement of the primary subject, your star trails, your galaxy, whatever the primary object is, the secondary movement, say twinkling and movement of the stars or of fluttering leaves in the trees that are surrounding it. You want the movement of the camera as the third thing, so whether it's panning forward or it's moving sideways. And the last thing is the atmosphere that you want to cover. So with us, astrophotography, we want to emphasize a sense of awe and wonder, that kind of thing. We don't want anything too dramatic or flashy, right? It's all going to be gentle, atmospheric, awe-inspiring. So you can see here, this is a Milky Way image that I took in my garden. Very basic prompt. I've literally written zoom in and make the stars move across the sky. Panning forward, add a bit of music to that. Classic Interstellar soundtrack. It's pretty cool. Fal.ai, it's a platform that contains many different AI models related to video and image creation and audio, actually. But the difference from Vidget is that it's not subscription based. So you create an account, you then add money. So you deposit, say $10. And then each time you create a video, it costs you a certain amount of money. And it will tell you, depending on what you're using, say for a 5-second video, it'll cost 20 cents. It'll cost $2. It can vary depending on what model you're using. That's one of the advantages, is that it's not subscription based. You also get access to all the different AI models. So when new ones come out, they come on here. So you can access the video model, which we saw on the first platform, via this in a non-subscription way. But then you also get the others. So you can see up here, VA from Google and Kling 2.1, kind of regarded as the top models at the moment, but they're expensive to do what we're doing. And I think overkill to do what we're doing as well, because what we're doing is we're taking a photo which has already got what we want in it. We're just adding a bit of life to it. We're panning in, we're adding a bit of twinkle or something like that. We're not saying, here's a picture of my cat, turn it into a spaceman with ice cream on its head and make it jump off the San Francisco bridge, whatever. I paid $2 for a Kling video, which was just the same as a 20-cent one on one of the cheap models. So I recommend using Minimax as the model to go in. I think it's 27 cents for a 6-second video. And again, so you get here, you pick your image to video model, you're going to put your prompt here, and you're going to upload your photo here. So prompting, again, you can go pretty basic for what we're doing. You could also apply the principles I've talked about with the 4 things. I'll show you now some of the clips I've got out of this. You can have a landscape astro image. You add a bit of shimmer to the water, a bit of movement in the leaves, a bit of twinkling in the stars, general cinematic panning forward, circling in the star trails. I have a deep sky image here, which I took from a Unistellar Odyssey Pro telescope. So the bubble nebula, you can add that sort of movement with the stars moving as if you're going in. One try went a bit overboard and was started getting swallowed by the bubble nebula. But anyway, there's a lot of good things you can do with this. So once you've got your videos created from your images, you can then share them. You can also take multiple together using some basic video editing and then have them in sequential, so you can create longer things. So seamlessly dropping into each other, maybe to some atmospheric music, classic real material. You can create horizontal content and then use that within YouTube videos. You can also create image to video start end models. That's when you put two different images together and then it creates a transition between the two. Now you can think of some quite cool applications for that within astrophotography. So for instance, you have a before and after of, say, in your processing technique. So you can start with the unprocessed image, and then you could, at the end, you transition over 4 seconds into what you've done. You could also do a kind of how it started, how it's going. This is my first attempt. This is the site of where I did my first ever Milky Way landscape 10 years ago or whatever. And then you see your first ever shot and you transition it to where you are now, applying everything you learned. Just some final points on the use of AI. So obviously not everyone is comfortable with AI and how it's impacting creative work. I think what we're doing here is okay, as long as you're doing it with your own images or images that you have expressed permission to do it with. And when you're sharing them, you are saying transparently, I've used AI to create this from an image of mine. Anyway, I think there are some good applications for this. If you want the full workflow of all the links that I've used here, the step-by-step instructions, and then the prompts, all in the PDF you can download below. And yeah, good luck.